Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. I wonder what store she's been going to have that kind of logic. This sounds like a Karen, but with a touch more idiocy. I like when they say they're going to go somewhere else and never shop at this store again. It's never true, and it's always such a freaking tease. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Ma'am, that's not how it works. I'm a manager in a fairly large and well-known craft store in the US and Canada. I've been working there for 4 years now, and I've had my fair share of headache-inducing customers. A few days ago, I had one woman that takes the cake. On Tuesday, I was working on truck, putting new freight on the shelves, when a woman approached me. She comes in frequently, and she's never the easiest to handle. Let's call her Karen. Karen approaches me. I have a question. Me, putting on my best customer service voice and smile. Yes, ma'am, what can I assist you with? She proceeds to shove her phone into my face. The app says I'll get my voucher within 72 hours of earning it. It's been 2 days. I want my voucher. Ma'am, 72 hours is 3 days. It's only been 48. Well, I purchased $30 worth of stuff Saturday. Where is it? Yes, I know that should be 3 days, but she originally said 2. Ma'am, I apologize, but I can't do anything in store. You'll need to call the customer service line and they can help you, but it takes 72 hours for vouchers to update in the system and up to 10 days for them to come through your email or app. It doesn't say that. You've asked us about it before and we've explained it before. She mumbles something about me being a bee and walks off. 20 minutes later, I'm in the kids section putting up glitter. She sees the glitter glue pens. How much are these? $4.99. She grabs 2 packs and thanks me. 10 minutes later, cashier comes on the radio. Can someone do a price check? Customer says these glitter pens are $1, but they're ringing up $4.99. I sigh and reply, I helped her. They're $4.99. She's aware of this. Cashier, she's heading back there. Great. Karen points at the dollar tag for the items below the pens. It says here they're $1. Ma'am, they're $4.99. I told you that when you asked a few minutes ago. This says $1. I grab the hooks with the dollar labels clearly attached. These are $1. Those are $4.99. The $1 is sold out. I apologize. Then those should be $1. No. Those hooks clearly say they're $4.99. She then points lower on the shelf. What about these? It says $2, but nothing's there. Yes, ma'am, that item's sold out. She points at the $2 and moves up to the glitter 2 shelves up. Then these should be $2. No, those are $3. That doesn't make sense. It should go up to the next item. No, it's only for that item, not the ones above it. I've never heard of that before. She storms off. Not even 5 minutes later, cashier, OP, can you come up front? She wants a manager. I walk up front, mentally preparing for the crap show I'm about to walk into. She's glaring daggers at me. I have some complaints about how you run this store. First of all, the signs are not clear. Ma'am, we have the same system as almost everyone else. Prices are on the peg for that item, not above it. A regular customer like me doesn't know that. Internally screaming and thinking, everyone knows that. My kids even know how it works. Secondly, the sale sign over there says 40% off. They're 50%. Yes, she complained about the items being on better sale than stated. I'm sorry, ma'am. Corporate will sometimes have a higher sale for items for a couple of days, and we won't receive signs or be notified until we see it at the register. This is ridiculous. I'm going to shop at your competitor. Sorry to hear that. Have a good day, ma'am. She came back in yesterday. A regular customer like me doesn't know that. Ma'am, you're the only customer here who doesn't know that. And our second story. You have so many. Why can't I just have some? So I work IT for a big company. Thankfully, the IT isn't going to be very relevant to this story. I work every day from 9 to 5, and I don't tend to be very involved with my coworkers. The last few weeks, my supervisor, who has a daughter in the Girl Scouts, has been trying to sell Girl Scout cookies at work. Cool, I'm not interested, but not a big deal. She's had order sheets everywhere in the office, advertised a few times. Whatever, that's fine. Today was delivery day. She came in with boxes and boxes of cookies to deliver and collect cash. Of course, today's the day that the CB decides to spend an entire half hour at my supervisor's desk, talking loudly in a shrill voice. "Oh, wow, you have a lot of cookies. Can I eat some?" Naturally, my supervisor explains that she's selling her daughter's Girl Scout cookies and they're already pre-ordered, and she only has the amount that people ordered before. All this flies straight through the beggar's ears as she repeats, "But you have so many cookies. Just let me eat one." Now at this point, I get annoyed by the chatter, so I turn my music up and get back to my work. Unfortunately, that piece didn't even last a single song before the high-pitched train whistle of her voice screams through the office, "It's not fair! You have so many cookies, and you won't even let me eat one!" Bless my supervisor for being able to keep her calm, just telling the beggar that it wouldn't be fair for the people who pre-ordered cookies for them not to get their cookies. This exchange continued for a few more tries before the beggar stomped away without any cookies. As she leaves, I hear my supervisor sigh and mutter under her breath, "JC, Karen, how do you not understand the idea of a sale? You literally work in the marketing and sales department." I feel real pity for actual adults who use pointless phrases like, "That's not fair." And our last story. My boss suspended me for his negligence, so I ruined his life. For a little context, I worked at a vape shop, which is already in a rough space due to regulations and laws the government is putting on us. Due to this, we were well aware that certain products we sold/made were highly illegal and enforceable at any time. I, 25-year-old male, have been working at my job for a little over a year and a half. The owner of the company is the one who hired me, and she was the biggest sweetheart in the world. Unfortunately, she was forced out of her company by her son. He's the type of person who believes that he's always right, and if you don't agree with him, he'll completely ignore you or fire you. He literally forced his mom into retirement by threatening to unalive himself and continues to use that card every time she even says she wants to come visit. Last winter, we had a massive snowstorm. Getting to work was rough, but we were told that we had to come anyway. We get there, and the snow isn't plowed from the parking lot because he didn't want to pay the guy to do it, so we had to. Due to the lot being absolutely massive, we couldn't get it all done in time for us to help customers. As they came and went, we noticed the snow being patted down into the ground and essentially turning into a slip and slide. Of course, he didn't do anything about it and asked me and another coworker to clear all the garbage out of the other side of the building. When I did, I slipped and hurt myself. I didn't file for workers' comp, but told them I needed to rest myself while at work. The next shift, I sat almost the entire shift, and because I couldn't do anything, I sat on my phone only to get up to help customers. The next day, my manager tells me he got out of a meeting with the owner's son, and I was suspended for a week, 5 shifts. As I'm a college student and rent an apartment and have car payments, I couldn't afford to lose 5 days of pay. I marched into his office and laid it out that either he fires me so I can collect unemployment or unsuspend me. He told me neither was happening and that he was going to use me as an example to the rest of the employees. I was pissed and cursed him out. He doesn't like confrontation, so he shortened my suspension to get me out of the office. He then treated me poorly and singled me out for everything everyone else also does, but I was the only one being punished. Then comes the fact that he wanted to reconcile by forcing me to do handyman work around the place and didn't give me the tools, equipment, or training to do or use any of these objectives. This was the tipping point for me. The revenge. Due to being constantly singled out, I came to learn that everyone else was unhappy with this fact. I learned all the dirty little secrets about the company, including illegal products, labor violations, tax violations, etc. I used these secrets that I learned to call multiple government agencies, FDA, OSHA, DOL, and report him by name. First, OSHA came and did an inspection on my day off. He told everyone they only cited him for a small violation and he was good other than that. I was obviously angry at that, but a few weeks later I got a packet in the mail telling me he got cited for everything and he was getting massive fines. I then get called into the office again with the manager who told me I was suspended. He proceeded to tell my manager that he was getting demoted for not writing me up more and that I was no longer getting my raise until I fixed my attitude. This, of course, was right after he said, "I don't care that you called OSHA." This little act is known as retaliation, which is illegal to do, people who called a protected agency like OSHA. He refused to even look at me at this point because if he did anything, that would imply he was punishing me for calling OSHA, and I would have a lawsuit to destroy him. Now to today. Another day off for me, and I get a text from a coworker at 11 a.m. That message was, FDA is here, the manager quit, and it's crazy. The FDA and IRS came rolling in full force in black trucks and SUVs. They came in and raided the place, seizing all illegal products and all the paperwork pertaining to the business. They're still there as I write this, so hopefully there will be more to come. But knowing how this works out in most cases, I won't have a job much longer and I'll be on unemployment. Update 1. The ATF also showed up. They confiscated all the house-made products. We apparently don't have a manufacturing license. None of us knew this, and that means we may no longer be able to sell products. The IRS showed up because there's a possible cause for an investigation into tax evasion. Update 2. It seems as though through talks with the lawyer, the son decided to actually take the heat for all of it and is going to have to pay massive fines and is possibly looking at jail time. He likely won't ever be able to get a manufacturing license for the rest of his life, and they said essentially that he won't be able to open any new businesses. I know he had 2 locations rented out and in the process of opening, and those are never going to happen now. They're raiding his other business today, and that's going to be interesting considering that if he doesn't have the paperwork for that business, it could lead to much more jail time. So as of right now, even though my job isn't shutting down yet, his other business is getting raided. He can't open the 2 locations that he's put a crap ton of money and time into, and he's going to be fined all he's worth and possibly go to jail. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.